I have an open discussion question for all of you wonderful people. Now, when you grow up, when you're a little kid though, as you grow up, you start by eating baby food, or in America, you will start eating mac and cheese after that, then you'll start eating hot dogs and pizza, and kid food, really. Kid food. Kids eat a lot of basic foods. They like sweet and salty, and nothing else other than that. You know, they don't really like many other tastes sometimes, unless you're one of those cool moms who has their kids eating, you know, worldwide foods at like 4. That's awesome. But on a norm, we have kids who grow up eating very basic food, and they like it. And some people never get away from it, but most of us develop a higher taste as we get older, and we appreciate different tastes as we get older. Let's say a little kid tries coffee when they're little, and oh, it's disgusting. That's gross. And then as they get older, they're like, wait, actually, I'm starting to like this. You know, you see that growth in their sense of taste, and it's a good growth. And it brings that sense to a higher level, a greater level that is probably made for a high level, right? Because, I don't know. Now, this is my question, and I want you guys to discuss it. I kind of have an answer myself, but I want you to see what you guys think. So our sense of taste progresses to a higher level that is good, so that we, like different spices and different tastes. Does our sense of hearing develop? Does our sense of sight develop? Do we eventually, do we at first think some music is really, I don't know, boring? Let's say some really pretty music we first think is boring when we're little, but as we get older we're like, wow, yeah, that's really pretty. Or with our eyes, we go to an art museum and we're bored silly when we're a little kid, and then as we get older we're like, wow, yeah, that's incredible, that piece of artwork, wow. So do you guys agree that as we get older that our senses can heighten to a greater extent, and that even right now they are not at the height they could be? And what is one of the greatest heights that our senses can reach? What's one of the greatest heights that our eyes can reach? An appreciation for what? What's a great high appreciation our eyes and our ears can have? When we're little, we might think that church is boring. And then as we get older, if you have a pretty church, I don't know, you might realize, wow, look at all these statues and this design in this church. It's magnificent. Whoa. And then key the music, and wow, that really hits me deep. Or over time, you've just developed this love for it that you didn't necessarily have before. That's a good thing, right? And so does this mean that we should further progress away from even things we just like now and we're just content with? Like, oh, I like this type of thing, I'm just gonna keep with that. Kind of like a kid who says, oh, I like mac and cheese and pizza, I think I'll just eat that for the rest of my life. It's like, are you sure there's not a higher height that sense of taste can reach? Like, should you try other foods, should you, I don't know. So more like with your eyes, should you look at better things, to higher things, things with more detail? Because the eye is incredible. It was made to take in little detail and appreciate things like that. So what are some of the highest kinds of foods for your eyes and your ears, huh? Yeah, the question is, what do you think about this? And did it take you a while to like some things that turned out were truly good and beautiful? I know one thing I can tell you. It's still taking me a while to really get the most out of like something like Gregorian chant. I know for a fact my mom just thinks it's the most boring. Gregorian chant. I mean, sometimes. And she's come to me before. She says, "Boy, in the Eastern Rite especially, oh man," she says, those Eastern songs just go on and on and on and on." I'm like, well, and here I am. I've been learning more about them. It's been awesome, and I've got this greater appreciation for them that I'm glad I have now. I'm really happy to have now, but I can tell you I didn't have it before for many years in my life. It was almost just like a norm. You go to church, you hear it, no, okay. Yeah, so I'm still developing a love of Gregorian chant with my ears, because I believe it is a higher and beautiful thing. So, yeah, I'm still working on that. Whoa, long video. It's because I was re-explaining myself over and over and over again, so you guys get what I'm saying, and kind of fire up you guys for conversation in the comments below. Alright, thank you for watching. God bless.